Welcome to the Sarah God Show live session. Our guest today is Angela Paola, and she's a cyber risk consulting leader from Colombia. Angela is going to share her experience with us being a volunteer, how it has helped her, how she has been able to use the opportunity to grow a network of successful business professionals, entrepreneurs, experts, industry experts, and thought leaders. Also, being a cybersecurity expert, she's going to tell us what we need to know about cyber security and how you can protect your business from cyber criminals. So please feel free to drop your questions. We will have time for the question and answer sessions, but let's just quickly go into the conversation. So thank you very much, Angela, for joining me. So
Thank you,
let's go
Sarah,
straight
for
to
having me.
thank you. All right. So I would like to know, Angela, just you volunteered to be a mentor for the Cherry Blair Foundation mentoring women in business. So tell us about your experience so far and what motivates you.
Okay. It has been an awesome experience. First, because I had the chance to meet Sarah, know about her businesses, understand the challenges that an entrepreneur has to face in order to run their businesses. Also, I have learned a lot because I have had to read, I have to learn about the topics that we were with Sarah in our meetings in order to help her. Also, because the foundation gives us monthly webinars about different topics, and also because one of my objectives when I decided to be part of this program was to practice and improve my English because I speak Spanish. So the experience so far has been amazing.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. So what have you learned during this journey as a volunteer?
Well, I have learned so much in this journey. I have learned that we can change the life of others through our time and our knowledge. I have learned to appreciate much more the opportunities that life has given me. I have learned to help without expecting anything in return. So it's a long list of lessons. So I would like continue doing that. Maybe in the near future have the opportunity to go to another country a couple of months and help others, but also learn from them.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So I would like to know for the purpose of followers, you know, how has volunteering, how can one use it to build for yourself, personal, business, and career growth? How can one make good use of the opportunity?
Well, I mean that I think that this has changed my life and the way that I see it. I always continue for looking for opportunities to help people because I think it's a way to grow as a person and a professional. You can see the world in a different way. I am a person that fortunately I have had so many opportunities in my life, and I want to give and share part of it with others. And I think that it's important to share that with our knowledge, our time, and our experience. And I consider that these kind of activities give a sense of my life because I can help or teach something to someone that improve their lives. And in this way, I will have contributed to change a small part of the world.
Wow, wow, great. So, how has this volunteering, personally, how has it impacted your life personally? What would you say regarding that?
My
Personally,
life,
what has been the impact it has made in your life?
well, my life, I have changed a lot. For example, in this opportunity with the Cherry Blair Foundation, I have learned about business, about how is the best way to organize your goals, and how you have to define the SMART goals in order to reach to something. So I think this applies to every phase of your life, and it's a way to learn to the mentee and the mentor at the same time, and also you can apply this for your life as well.
All right, thank you very much. So you mentioned Cherry Blair Foundation. Aside its Cherry Blair Foundation, which other organization have you volunteered for?
Well, fortunately, I have had the opportunity to participate in different volunteering experience. Everything started when I was younger. Maybe I was 16 or 17 years old. And I was in the last year of the school, and I had to choose an activity to develop during the year, where we help other people in the community. At that moment, I must do that if I wanted to graduate from school. So I remember that I had the possibility to help people in a medical center of a poor neighborhood in my city. And it was an awesome experience because since that moment, I understood that there were people with different needs than mine and that I could help them. So in this moment, I started to be motivated to start helping people through volunteering service. After that, my experience in my experience in the school, I have participated in different volunteering activities such as donate blood, help to paint a school. We give some webinars to people with problems with self-esteem, teach how to use computers to the kids in a library, take care of kids and elder people, help stray dogs, and that's all. And in this moment, the Cherry Blair Foundation.
Okay, Cherry. All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, so I would like to know, if I want to volunteer, what should I look out for? How do I start? How do I
Well,
go about it?
yeah, I consider that maybe the most important thing that before volunteering is understand that you have to be willing to give from what you have, not from what you don't need, right? So you have to be willing to share the time that you usually use to rest or the time that you use for your hobbies. Yeah, for example, also be willing to read, to learn, to study if you want. Yeah, if you want or you have to teach something and you want to do very well, of course. So I mean, you must be willing to do whatever it takes to help. It's important. It's important to be to know that, right?
All right. Thank you very much, Angela. So, before we move on to cybersecurity, I have one more question on volunteering. In few years now, how do you see volunteering service? How do you see it impacting the society? Do you see volunteering, impacting the society in any way in few years' time to come?
Yes, yes. For example, I have realized over the years that people and companies as well are increasingly aware of the needs to contribute to society through volunteering services. And this has had an important impact in the society. For example, in my country, you can find different non-profit organizations that help people when they have serious diseases like cancer, or when people get out of prison and need a second chance to work, or when women have been attacked with acid, and so on. So now the most important is that each of us understand that we can contribute to the society and make a big impact in this.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so let's talk briefly on cybersecurity. You are a cybersecurity expert, and
Yeah.
our followers are more of business owners and small and medium enterprises. So I would like to know, how can they protect? We have a lot of criminals, online here and there um, trying to steal from people. So let's know how we can protect our businesses from cyber criminals. What are the steps to take? How do we go about this?
Okay, great. It's an interesting question because, as you mentioned, we have seen that cyber attacks have increased considerably in the last years. So it's important to be protected against. First, I think it's necessary to understand the risks that our business face, and for this, it's necessary to assess the current controls that the company has implemented to mitigate those risks. With that evaluation, you will be able to understand what control you have to implement or what controls you have to improve in order to mitigate the risks. Also, it's important to identify the most critical assets of your company in order to protect them from the cyber criminals. Because if you don't know what you have, you won't be able to protect it. And last but not least, it's necessary to train people about cybersecurity. It's important that everybody be aware of these problems and how you can help to mitigate it.
All right, thank you very much. So, what role does cybersecurity play in the society?
Well, it's a good question because the cybersecurity has become a priority for the governments, the companies, and the people. For example, the government needs to protect the secret information that they store and handle, also need to protect the critical infrastructure that support the country, and provide the necessary resources that people need to live. And the companies need to protect also the information and the data that they handle, but also need to ensure the continuity of its operation that can be affected by the cyber attack. And the people need to be sure that the companies handle their information appropriately in order to avoid that their information will be used for malicious purposes. So everybody needs to know about cybersecurity and how each of us can contribute to improve the cybersecurity posture of the society.
All right, great. Thank you very much. So before we ask our followers questions, please, if you have questions for Angela, kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you. All right, so I would like to know, Angela, tell us a little bit about Colombia. Well, if I want to come to Colombia, where are the places I can come to, the food, your culture? Just tell us a little bit about the country.
Great, great. I hope that you have the opportunity to visit us because Colombia is a beautiful country. Indeed, it is said that to be the third country most beautiful in the world. Colombia is located in South America and its capital is Bogota, where I live. Our language is Spanish, as I mentioned. In Colombia, we don't have seasons. The weather is almost the same all the year, but in each city in the country, we have different weathers. For example, in Bogota, the weather is cold, but not too much, between 9 to 18 degrees. Also, Colombia is one of the countries with more holidays in the world. This year, we have 18 long weekends, so it offers citizens and visitors the chance to travel, to celebrate whatever the long weekend commemorates. If you had the chance to visit Colombia, I recommend to visit cities such as Cartagena, San Andres, I don't know, Medellin, also Bogota because it's the city, and also come to enjoy a festival. It's a kind of celebration that we have in some cities in the country. For example, the Barranquilla Carnival, Cali Fair at the end of the year, Pasto Black and White Carnival at the
Wow.
beginning of the year, and many more festivals that we have here. Yes, so I
Oh,
encourage
great.
you to visit us. It's
Wow.
amazing.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. Have you been to Nigeria before?
No, no, no. I have to go.
Well, do you plan to come? Do you wish to come down to Nigeria?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, I
All
have to
right.
go. I
Okay.
hope that.
All right. We'll be expecting you. Thank you so
Thank
much, Angela, for joining me. Thank you so much to all our followers. Thank you. If you have questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. We have 5 minutes more to do that before we call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone. If you don't have questions, the Sarah Gold Show is a show of impact. It's a show where we feature outstanding entrepreneurs and personalities making positive impacts in the society. through their business, career, and service to humanity. Just like Angela is doing, it is service to humanity. And we appreciate you for all you do. Thank you for mentoring me. She has been my mentor since I joined the Cherry Blair Foundation, mentoring women in business. Thank you so much. And I appreciate everything you are doing to make my business grow. So if you would like to learn more about Angela, check my previous post. Profile is there. You can get to read more about Angela and also reach out to her if you need to ask more questions or need any follow any clarification on volunteering. Thank you very much. My name is Sarah Gold, and have a wonderful February. Thank you so much.
Um,
Angela, thank you once again for joining me. Do have a
Thank you,
nice
Sarah.
day.
It was a pleasure. Thank
All
you.
right. Do you have anything you would like to say again before you go?
No, Sarah, thank you for having me. It was an amazing experience, and it's a pleasure to meet you and be with your audience.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
bye.
All right. Bye.